screaming and crying. Saw the bus, put on my shoes and ran over. And it was like stumbling onto a bad movie or something.
The Chattanooga community still in shock after 5 children die in a school bus crash. Fox 17 paying respects to the students killed in that crash as the town mourns this tragic loss. And the investigation into how this horrifying crash happened continues this morning. What Fox 17 is finding out about the bus driver's background and how investigators are piecing together clues from the crash scene. You are watching Fox 17 this morning. We're your only local news source from 7 to 9 a.m.
You're watching Fox 17 this morning with Kelly Rippin, Skywatch 17 meteorologist Craig Edwards, and Steer Clear Traffic with Samantha Russell. This is Fox 17 this morning.
4 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. Good morning and thanks for joining us here on Fox 17 this morning. I'm Kelly Rippin. We do begin with continuing coverage of the deadly school bus crash in Chattanooga that killed 5 young students. That crash claiming the lives of a kindergarten student, a first grader, and 3 fourth graders from Woodmore Elementary School. So you can see them here on your left, 6-year-old Zaira Mateen and Dumon Brown. In the middle, 9-year-old Cordea Jones and Zoe Nash. And on the right, 10-year-old Ziana Harris. Now, these 5 students killed in this crash on their way home from school on Monday after that bus barreled into a utility pole nearly cut in half by a tree. In addition to those 5 students, dozens others hurt and sent to the hospital. At last check, 12 children still in the hospital this morning, 6 in stable condition, 6 more in critical condition. Right now, the mother of Dumon Brown, the only boy killed in this crash, talks to the emotional moment when she went to that crash scene and watched the ambulances go away one by one without her son on them.
When they told me that the front of the bus kids hadn't been removed, it automatically gave me that mother instinct that my baby was up there because I had been sitting out there as they were putting the kids out one by one. My baby was gone. He was my only child.
Just heartbreaking to hear her talk about this moment. Brown found out about this crash from someone on Facebook. Rushed to the scene, she waited hours at the hospital before finding out that her son died. The mother of the other 6-year-old who died, Zaira Mateen, recounts the moment she saw 2 of her 3 kids who were on that bus.
When I seen the bus, I instantly got that feeling. Then I seen my other 2 kids crying my name, Mama, Mama. Bird was like, Fat, I miss her, I just want her back.
Zaira's 2 sisters, 6-year-old Zasmine and 10-year-old Zachariah, are both still in intensive care, according to their mother. The Chattanooga community coming together for a vigil Tuesday night at a nearby church just blocks away from Woodmore Elementary School. A standing room only crowd singing, crying, praying for 2 hours, promising all along to support one another. The entire town trying to come to terms with this tragedy.
It's just a terrible incident, and it was just very close to home, you know, and we just have to appreciate life and understand it's really precious. Life is precious.
It's always great to see the community come together and, you know, stand together when it comes to the test of times and when it comes to these type of situations.
A wave of balloons released into the sky as dozens of mourners poured out of the new Monumental Baptist Church, a touching tribute to those 5 lives lost too soon. And happening today, the investigation into that crash continues. The National Transportation Safety Board will continue piecing together the moments leading up to this horrific crash. Governor Haslam will be at Woodmore Elementary School to visit with staff from the school as the students stay home for their first day of Thanksgiving break. Now, in the meantime, a memorial has popped up on Tally Road where this crash happened, and that's where we find Fox 17's Samantha Singer this morning.
Kelly, it's really quiet in this neighborhood this morning, but as you can see, we've got the 2 memorials, we've got candles burning, we have photos of the victims, balloons, stuffed animals. This is right where the crash happened on Tally Road. Now, what we know at this point, the next step going forward, of course, there are a lot of questions as to how this happened. The work being done right now by the NTSB, it'll be about 7 to 10 days of the investigators gathering evidence here in Chattanooga, okay, with that bus. Investigators are going to use footage from the interior camera and the exterior facing cameras, as well as data that was recorded on the engine control monitor within the bus. And Chattanooga police do tell us that the driver, 24-year-old Jonathan Walker, he may have been speeding when the bus flipped and hit a tree here. And the NTSB says that Walker got his commercial license in April, so they're also looking into Durham, the company that Walker works for. And the emphasis right now is the importance of hearing from witnesses as soon as possible. Okay, the NTSB is asking anybody in the Chattanooga area, they are looking for photos, videos of the bus before the crash, of the bus actually crashing, and you can email those photos. We have it up on the screen. The email address is really important. It's witness@ntsb.gov. They want it as soon as possible, especially witness accounts, because they don't want people to forget or be influenced by what they're seeing all over the place in the media or what they're hearing. So stick with Fox 17 in 30 minutes. We're going to talk about some of the difficulty that doctors had at the hospital just following the crash. That's in 30 minutes. We're reporting live here in Chattanooga. Samantha Singer, Fox 17 News.
You just heard Samantha mention the driver. That is this man, 24-year-old Jonathan Walker, facing charges for that crash. So Walker's charged right now with 5 counts of vehicular homicide, 5 counts of reckless endangerment, and 5 counts of reckless driving. As she mentioned, speed potentially a factor in this crash. He is now in the Hamilton County Jail on $107,000, $500 bond. His first court appearance is scheduled for Tuesday.
All right, now 6 minutes after 4 o'clock.